When you look out into creation, what do you see? What's up, guys? This is Ivan, and this is Reformanda Radio. I want to ask you a question. When you look out into creation, what do you see? Do you see order, or do you see chaos? Do you see the seasons? Do you see the days, the months, the years being ordered? Or do you see random, purposeless, natural consequences? What the Bible reveals is that God has revealed himself in creation. We see these things in Psalm 19. We see that God has revealed himself, and the heavens are declaring the glory of God. They pour forth speech. They show that he is there. We also see in Romans 1:20 that God has made himself clear. He has made himself evident through what has been made, so that we are without excuse. And that means that we're held accountable to God by what we see in the world and how God has revealed himself. When we look at man-made structures, we see that a man created that. When we look at creation, we see that there is a creator. God is revealing himself. This is what Calvin taught in the first book of the Institutes of the Christian Religion. He taught that ultimately knowing starts with knowing God first, because he's the creator. He's the one that reveals himself to us. And so this is something that I think that we need to take into consideration when we're reading the Bible. When we're looking at creation, we're seeing God in his speech. And of course, we're supposed to use the book of Scripture to interpret the book of creation. Creation does not interpret itself. We need a worldview to interpret the facts that are given to us. And we need a foundation and a starting point. Most theologies assume a certain starting point. What is that starting point? Is it man's reason, or is it God? One of the things I think that we need to reject is the idea that we can reason our way up to God. Aquinas taught our reasoning was not as affected by the fall as other things. What the Bible reveals is something opposite, that we are totally and completely dead in our trespasses and sins, and this affects our mind, I believe, just as much as it affects the rest of us. What the Bible reveals is that God reveals himself to us. He condescends and reveals all that he is to us. He is the foundation for all of epistemology. Some people have called it revelatory epistemology. If we know anything, it's because God has revealed it to us. That's why we need to reject, I believe, a tenet of natural theology, the idea that we can reason our way up to God. Because what we're left with when we reason our way up to God is a mere probability of God's existence. But I want you to ask yourself, does the Bible teach this? What does the Bible say about the existence of God? It never really actually argues for the existence of God. It simply assumes it, because God is the foundation of all knowledge. So as you're out in creation and as you read the scriptures, know that it is God who is revealing himself. He is the ultimate starting point. God condescends to man to reveal himself. It is not us who reason our way to God. Because of our fallen nature, our sin affects our mind, it affects our will, it affects all things. And so we need God himself to reveal himself to us, to come down and reveal himself perfectly. And this is why we believe that we can know things for certain, because it is the God who knows all things who is the one who's revealing himself to us. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments section. I'll see you next time. To God alone be the glory.